Welcome to Southpaw Network. Before we get into it, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. Now, the real question, what's going on in the Texas water? Because at one point, Texas boxing was running the game. But lately, it feels like everything's been shifting and not in a good way. Let's start with Errol Spence Jr. Everything really changed after his loss to Terrence Crawford. That fight wasn't just a loss, it was a statement. Crawford dominated, and since then Spence has took a hiatus from the sport. And here's where things get interesting. Before that fight, Spence and the Charlo twins, Jermell Charlo and Jermall Charlo, were tight. Texas Kings, moving as a unit, supporting each other publicly. But now that unity seems shaky. Recently, Jermell sat down with Brian Custer, and he dropped some real eye-opening comments. He actually picked Tim to beat Spence. Not only that, he said he'd be open to fighting Spence himself in the future. That's not just competition. That's a shift in energy. And it didn't stop there. Jermell also mentioned that his own brother, Jermall, was picking against him in the past, and now they're basically on two separate paths. Think about that. Twins who once moved together in boxing, now doing their own thing entirely. Another big issue? Activity. Spence, Jermell, and Jermall have all been relatively inactive over the past few years. And in boxing, inactivity can be just as dangerous as a loss. Timing fades, momentum disappears. Fans start asking questions. Meanwhile, the division keeps moving without you. Then you've got Vergil Ortiz Jr., one of the most dangerous young fighters out of Texas, but even he's dealing with uncertainty. There's been ongoing issues with Golden Boy Promotions, and right now nobody really knows what his next move is. It seemed as if the Boots fight was signed and sealed, but sources say his manager and him basically priced themselves out of negotiations. For a fighter with that kind of talent, that's not where you want to be. Now let's talk about what could be coming next. Jermell Charlo is expected to face Sebastian Fundora sometime soon, a fight that could shake things up at the 154-pound division. And Errol Spence, he's reportedly fighting Tim July 26th in Australia on Tim's own turf. If that fight happens, it's huge, not just for Spence, but for the entire Texas boxing scene. Because at this point, it feels like everything is on the line. So again, I gotta ask, what's really going on in the Texas water? Drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think really happened to cause the rift? Who do you think bounces back first? Spence, either one of the Charlo twins, or does Vergil Ortiz take over completely? Find out on the next episode of... Nah, I'm just kidding, but do me a favor. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.